The 60-year cholesterol myth busted. For decades, eggs were treated like a health hazard. Why? Cholesterol. Back in the 1960s and 70s, scientists believed that eating cholesterol raised your blood cholesterol, and that high cholesterol caused heart disease. So eggs, high in dietary cholesterol, became public enemy number one. The problem? That theory was never quite as solid as the health food industry would have you believe. In fact, in the 1990s, study after study showed dietary cholesterol doesn't significantly impact blood cholesterol for most people. But the damage was already done. Millions avoided eggs for decades, while actual culprits like trans fats and added sugars flew under the radar. Now, people are adding eggs back to their diets, but not always in the healthiest ways. How the government overhauled our food supply, costing us our health. In the 1950s, Americans ate meat daily, and unlike today, obesity was rare. So what changed? Well, in the 1970s, in an effort to boost an economy in crisis, the U.S. government came up with a policy that may have seemed like a good idea at the time, but ended up costing millions of Americans their health. In order to lower food costs and increase supply, the government began subsidizing crops like corn and soy. And almost overnight, these grains flooded our food supply. Farmers now had a financial incentive to replace their animals' natural diets with cheap corn and soy feed. And that single decision altered the very biology of our food. Because when animals eat unnatural diets, their fat composition changes, and they pass that on to us. This can lead to inflammatory imbalances that can affect everything from metabolism to weight gain. And this hit every source of animal protein in the American diet. Why did Americans suddenly start gaining weight in the 1970s? Because in 1977, the government issued brand new dietary guidelines, a lie that was plastered everywhere. Fat makes you fat. And the media ran with it. Low fat this, low fat that. Suddenly, bacon, butter, and eggs became public enemy number one. Which begs the question, why? Who was behind the so-called studies proving that fat was dangerous? The answer? The sugar industry. See, when they took the fat out of food, it didn't taste very good. So in order to keep consumers buying, they needed to put something else in instead. Yep, you've guessed it, sugar. And that's exactly when Americans' health started to spiral. Ever since, we've been trapped in a low-fat, high-sugar cycle that's left millions struggling with their weight, energy, and health. But it gets worse. Even when people try to eat clean today, they're still falling for it. Because that same logic, fat is bad, is baked into nearly every healthy food trend we see now.